And the last part of that question that I wanted to address and answer was how might the success of the community greenhouse and the Motuha project translate to the University of Hawaii at West Oahu. It's a very direct type of research that I undertook. It was applied. It came from my heart, and it was keyed into my genealogy and my pathway as a thinker and also as a person who is embedded in this genealogy. And so it forefronted that. And the translation of that, I think, to West Oahu is the potential for continued growth around place-based projects, the continued growth and need at the horizontal level for seed grants. I think that seed grants are a potential space of innovation, but they need structures around it, and some of those structures I demonstrated in the Community Greenhouse Project. I think my learning from those 2 years on the Motuha project really give me an appreciation and knowledge and an expertise of what might be labeled grassroots. I think that the University of West Oahu in particular, serving communities in Waianae and Nanakuli, as well as across the island, has potential to address land-based and social justice issues of people living on the land, of people, particularly Native Hawaiians, doing reclamation work, culture work, building capacity at a very horizontal level. I think that applied research, it has some very basic areas of structural shaping to it, if you will. Things like seed grants can be very productive. I'm trying to also think about the disciplinary, the interdisciplinary, and the transdisciplinary clusters of research that West Oahu has. I'm thinking about the new research with coconut and just the importance, I think, of some of the indigenous or the vaka plants that can be built into all aspects of society and transformation, whether it be from small seed grants that disseminate coconut and new to landlords, to homeowners. Coconut trees have to be replanted every 20 years to keep a good cycle of babies to adults to grandparent trees. And so I think the indigenous knowledge that ties us together as Pacific people in a way can best be implemented in research, in applied research, in terms of seed grants and small grants. So I think coming into this to this opportunity and this job with this knowledge of how to grow things from from the ground up and how to structure it so that it can grow effectively through the same things I mentioned through a knowledge of genealogy, a knowledge of kinship networks, and a knowledge of kind of how community is organized by diverse cultures and diverse power structures and relationships, really. All of that kind of horizontal knowledge that I bring will really help me discern and create the kind of vertical supports that the horizontal level needs in order to grow capacity and to scale and to make specific impacts, whether it's in a specific environmental area, whether it's in health and well-being, whether it's in history and legal studies. There is a very great deal of potential that the University of West Oahu has in terms of committing itself to applied research and committing itself to being an Indigenous space of learning that serves and is connected and beholden to the communities of West Oahu and the links to other UH systems, and then importantly the links and the place of Hawaii in the Pacific and Oceania, and how important that is, and understanding kind of our practices in terms of that geopolitics is very powerful, has so much potentiality for being and becoming.